Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video today, I will be talking about the journey of Damien. So pretty much how this is going to work is I'm going to be telling y'all the whole life story of Damien based off of the information we know about him in the Markiplier lore. And in the process, we'll also be talking a bit about Celine and Darkiplier. So make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy, and let's get on with the video. So during Damien's childhood, he could always rely on two people, one of them being his sister, Celine. She is his twin sister, but is technically older by a little bit of time. And the next person is Markiplier, otherwise known as Actor Mark.
I've known Mark for years, since we were kids.
Also, later on in his life, he ends up meeting you and the Colonel. And by you, I mean the person you see the first-person view of in Who Killed Markiplier. And also, based off of lines that you hear Damien say in the Who Killed Markiplier video, we can tell a little bit more about the relationship between you and Damien. First off, we know that Damien most likely met you in college.
You really knocked him dead last night. I haven't seen you go wild like that since our days at university.
And also, while we're on the topic of the character you play, a little fun fact about him, he's actually a Markiplier alternate ego, because the body that your character has is the same body that Damien and Celine end up possessing to become Darkiplier. Therefore, you looked exactly like Markiplier back when your character was actually alive. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Back to Damien's childhood. So as for the other characters we see in Who Killed Markiplier, we can also tell that Damien has been friends with the Colonel for a long time.
The Colonel's an eccentric. It's his best quality and his worst. But he's my friend. And so is Mark.
But I believe that the events of Who Killed Markiplier was actually the first time that Damien and the detective met. Notice how whenever you're first walking in, you see Damien talking with the detective. This could be them trying to introduce themselves to one another. But that alone isn't enough evidence to prove my theory, so instead I will show you this scene.
Now, I know you've been assisting our intrepid detective with his investigation, and while I would stake my life on the innocence of the Colonel or yourself, can we really say the same of our beloved detective?
In that scene, we see Damien saying how he doesn't think you or the Colonel killed Markiplier. This is most likely because both of y'all are his childhood friends. And then afterwards, he kind of accuses the detective for killing Markiplier. I feel like if he was really childhood friends with the detective, he would have vouched for him as well, like how he did with you and the Colonel. So that's why I think they just met in this video. So far we named all of Damien's childhood friends that we know about, and we also know that he went to college with you. And up until this point in Damien's life, he's been more of a follower than a leader. He's very clueless about most things, and frequently needs help from his sister, whether he likes it or not.
Damien, you have no idea what's really going on here.
Get some sleep. You look tired.
You're starting to sound like Mom. I'm not that tired.
And at this point, he started to become more of a leader than a follower, and he actually ended up becoming the mayor of a town. Now listen, to any hardcore Markiplier lore fans, I know I used the Damien video to kind of show proof of what I was saying just a couple seconds ago, even though it technically takes place after he became a mayor. But still, since the world where the Damien video takes place was technically made by Celine, I feel like most of that world was most likely inspired by their past together. But anyways, let's continue with the video. Now that Damien's a mayor, he then gets a letter from Actor Mark, one of his childhood friends, saying, "Hey, I want to get the old gang back together to celebrate something special." Although Damien is hesitant about whatever this special event is, he ends up going to the event, sparking the events of Who Killed Markiplier, which is one of the most important videos for Damien's story arc, because as we all know too well at this point, Celine and Damien go on to become Darkiplier right after the events of Who Killed Markiplier. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, let's look at a bit more clips that show us a little bit more about Damien's life. So to start off, we have one of the beginning scenes in the actual video.
There you are, old friend. How are you settling into your new office? Now, I know it'll take some getting used to, but there's no one I would rather have alongside me to protect this great city of ours. Now, I'll see you at the table soon, but try not to rob me blind again. We'll catch up.
Now, in that conversation alone, we already got heavy lore implications between you and Damien. To start off, you are working with Damien and just settled into your new office, so that probably means you just got the job there. Now you might be wondering, what job are you talking about? What job does your character have? Well, he has whatever job a mayor's assistant or somebody who works for the mayor has, because you work for the mayor, also known as Damien. And apparently you robbed him blind once, whatever that means. My best assumption is that maybe you messed something up while working for him that caused him to lose lots of money or something like that. But that's all it was, an accident, a mess up. Because the way he mentioned it to you seemed very light-hearted and joking-like. So whatever you did, I think it was an accident that was fixable on his part. But pretty much after that conversation is done, and y'all already get drunk and party for the rest of that night, the next morning, Damien is questioning what's the special occasion that actor Mark is talking about. And of course, we all know now at this point that the special occasion is actor Mark planning his own death and trying to blame it on the Colonel. Oh, and speaking of actor Mark...
Oh my God! There's been a murder! Oh my God, murder! Murder!
Damien is baffled at the fact that Markiplier just randomly died, and the first thing that he thinks to do is to go inform the Colonel about the situation. Meanwhile, the Colonel doesn't give two shits about Markiplier's death.
I know you hated him, but God damn it, he reached out to you.
Oh, what do you want from me then?
Well, I want you to care.
Just because I'm not weeping like a child doesn't mean that I don't care.
I can't believe it. You come find me when you pull your head out of your ass. Excuse me.
But of course, Damien being Damien, he ends up manning up and starts looking for the Colonel so he can apologize. Fast forward to the end of chapter 2, and here enters Celine. Now, while Damien was off being a mayor and all that good stuff, Celine had a bit of a journey on her own, starting off with dating actor Mark and then leaving him to be with the Colonel. But she later finds in herself to be an independent woman and starts learning about lots of ritual and very supernatural stuff.
There's more to this world that you could ever hope to imagine. I just had my eyes open to a small portion of it.
So from there, Celine uses her spidey senses to tell that you have a much greater role in this to play, which later you find out it's because your body's gonna be the body of Markiplier. But now from here, Damien and Celine try to also do a little ritual thing that you already tried to do with Celine and kinda failed. So let's see, will the iconic duo of Damien and Celine, brother and sister, manage to get in contact with the undead Markiplier? And the answer is they do. They succeed. In fact, they succeed so well that Markiplier ends up killing them off and stealing Damien's body. So then after that, Damien and Celine are in this black void that you end up joining them in because the Colonel ends up accidentally killing you. So then the three of y'all come together to form Markiplier, although technically it's just their two souls and your dead body. But wait, Damien's story isn't over just yet, because there's one particular scene in Who Killed Markiplier where Markiplier grabs Damien's cane. And in this single moment, we end up seeing a whole entire other video take place. And that video is known as Damien. Now, I already made 2 or 3 theories about this video already, but to pretty much summarize it, the Damien video takes place inside of the mind of Markiplier, more specifically, a place that Celine created for broken things, otherwise known as Damien. At the beginning of this video, Damien doesn't remember the events of who killed Markiplier, and he actually barely remembers anything actually. He's just been stuck in a time loop, and the way he's actually been able to be stuck in a time loop without realizing is because he would be getting sleep. So Celine would urge him every single day to get more sleep and get more sleep and get more sleep, so that way he doesn't become self-aware to the truth of this reality. Meanwhile, while Damien's stuck in a time loop, Celine goes out into the woods to look for actor Mark and kill him. But who would have thought? Damien's the one who found actor Mark first. But Celine catches up soon enough.
Ah, Celine! So good to see
But before that happened, actor Mark was telling Damien about how he wants Damien to be the villain of his story. Damien, of course, responds with, "You really think that you're the hero, actor Mark? You're clearly the villain." But actor Mark's so fed up with himself, so self-centered, that he doesn't believe a word Damien says. So if it's a villain Markiplier wants, it's a villain he'll get.
He did say he wanted me to be the villain. Maybe he should be more careful with his wishes.
Therefore making Damien and Celine Darkiplier. And that is the end of Damien's journey. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I will see y'all in the next video.